How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to go over a trade that I took towards the back end of last week. It's going to be sort of a trade recap style video, and I'm going to go through step by step my thought process and how I entered. So with that being said, let's just jump straight in to the trade recap. So first of all, what I want to go over is sort of the time frames that I use, and as you will notice in the top left hand corner I have the 4 hour, the 15 minute and the 3 minute. So the 4 hour is basically used for my directional bias and which way I'm wanting to trade. The 15 minute is used for entries, and I've also got a lower time frame model which I do enter on the 3 minute, so I'll also show you that today in this video. So first of all, what I was looking at once I got to my charts is kind of where we're coming from and where we're potentially likely to go. So as you will notice, we have been sort of on a downtrend for quite some time now on the 4 hour. And then what you will notice in more recent price action, what I'm looking at is the most recent break. So the most recent break for me would be this fractal high, and I've got the fractals indicator on just to note the more prominent highs and lows within the market to make it less discretionary and to make it more mechanical. So as you will notice, we got a break to the upside right here. We also broke this high, we broke this high, and we also then continued with, a couple more bullish candles, showed me that momentum was kind of within the market to the upside. And then what I was looking for is kind of where we're at within regards to premium and discount. So for me, I will put my premium and discount from the most recent fractal low, which would be this one. So this is the most recent fractal low before the break of this fractal high. I would then put my premium and discount from this fractal low all the way up to this fractal high right here. And as you will notice, we are situated within discount of the 4 hour range. So for me, buys are more probable and the more prominent, position that I want to get involved in. And the most recent sort of liquidity pool on the 4 hour that I'm looking to be taken out would be this external range high right here. All of these internal fractals I'm not really taking note of. I'm not really, looking at any internal stuff, because as you will notice, all of these fractals right here are within this fractal low and within this fractal high. So I don't really take note of any of the noise within inside this range. As you will notice, we are sort of around, in discount, and I'm looking to long into premium and overall take out this 4 hour high. And that's kind of my trade idea and what I'm looking at before getting involved in the market and before I even drop onto the 15 minute. So once I've got my trade idea solidified, I can then drop down onto my lower time frames, whether that's being the 15 minute or the 3 minute. Usually I drop down onto the 15 minute first to look for, more prominent liquidity pools to look to be taken out. So dropping down onto the 15 minute, this is kind of what I'm seeing once I'm coming to the market. I usually get to my desk around, 7 AM. So let's just fast forward and let's see what I was seeing around 7 AM. Which would sort of be, around this section right here. As you will notice, what we've got is we've got Asia range, and what Asia range is to me, it's just sort of a confluence of liquidity pools to be taken before I do look for a trade. So what I was looking for is, if I get this, we've got the New York Midnight Open, which would be this right here. So New York Midnight Open, mark that out. And then we've got that right there. So what I was looking for is we are in discount. So actually, if I just mark up discount, I'll mark this little ray line right here in blue. So if I just put it in blue, this, sort of signifies to me that we are in discount. So what I was looking for is I was looking for a take of sell side liquidity. So I was looking for price to trade down and then trade up to premium and towards a 4 hour high that I did mention before. And also we've got this high right here on the 15 minute, which is quite a prominent liquidity pool to be taken out. So we could trade up in towards this at some point. So as you'll notice, I was coming to the charts around now. This is kind of my analysis and kind of what I was looking for. So I've just set my alerts and I'm coming back, as and when sell side liquidity is taken. So kind of what we've got is we've got this right here. So we've got this sell side liquidity, and I'll just, use an arrow to sort of mark this out right here. And we've also got this, which is also Asia low. So if Asia low gets taken, that for me is, a signal for me to get involved in the market. And then I would look towards taking a trade to the upside. So at this moment in time, all I'm simply doing is I've got an alert on this point right here and an alert on this point right here. And then until they are triggered, I'm not even at the charts. I'm coming back as and when these get taken. So let's just play price forward. Let's see what happens. We do trade down. we trade up, and then we trade, up for quite a while. We do come down, take out this sell side liquidity right here. It's not the best of sweeps, it's really, really subtle, but this does meet my plan. So what I did is I set a buy stop above this candle, and I sort of, covered Asia lows with around a 10 pip stop loss. But what we will notice with the next candle is the next candle does break this candle's low, and it does trade lower. So for me, I deleted this, buy limit right here. And then what I did is I did move it down at around 11 pip stop loss. This would obviously be a buy stop. So with buy stops, if you don't know and you've never used buy stops, when we get triggered is when price does, sort of breach sort of this area right here. Once we breach this area, that's when we're triggered into the trade. What I'm looking for is sort of a 1 to 3. So let's just see where 1 to 3 is. So 1 to 3 would be around here with an 11 pip stop loss, which is absolutely fine. And then what we will notice is we do then go ahead and print a inside bar. So you could have got involved on the bullish close if you wanted to do that. That would then, quite significantly reduce your stop loss. You would hit 1 to 3 quite, quicker, a lot quicker in fact. But for me, I just left my, order sat on this candle's high right here. And then the very next candle, we do trade through. I'm now triggered into the trade, and we do kind of have sort of momentum to the upside, and we do kind of fly sort of towards our take profit. At this point, what you could do is you could go maybe break even around here. So you could have gone break even, and at this point, if you go break even right here, this trade is risk free. And then what I was looking for is around 1:30 PM time on this specific day, which was Thursday of last week. There was high impact news, so always keep that in mind. So I was looking to close out my trade or hit take profit within around 15 minutes before the high impact news does get released. So around 1:15, I would look to be closing my trade if we don't actually hit take profit by then. So let's just kind of see what happens. Is we come up, we start to kind of consolidate. We do then, sort of come a little bit further up, and then we nearly do hit take profit around this point. This is 1:15, and as I said before, 1:15, I'd be looking to close my trade. So we trade towards our take profit. We don't actually quite hit there, but with my plan at the moment, I do sort of look to close. So I close this trade out with around 2.5%, which is absolutely fine, and it's a really good risk to reward for the higher time frame. But let's just see what happens. If you sort of are happy to hold through, high impact news, if I just get our 1 to 3 back, what you will notice is that price does go towards and hit our take profit. So if if you're happy to hold through high impact news, you would have actually hit a take profit for a 1 to 3 on this specific trade. And that's kind of how simple my trading is at the moment. That's my higher time frame model. As I said before, you could have got involved on the bullish candle right here. You could maybe give it a little bit of a buffer, so let's say 8 pips, and then a 1 to 3, would have been hit way before the high impact news is released. You would have hit 1 to 3 around here, but for me personally, 1 to 3 was somewhere up here, and that's kind of the higher time frame model and the way I'm entering on the higher time frame. Let's just see how we could have got involved on the lower time frame. So what I could do is if I drop down onto the 3 minute, as you will notice, we've got the same liquidity pool that has been taken. So if we see around here, what we've done is we've breached the liquidity pool, and we've not actually had a close above any of the previous candles. So if I zoom in, we've not actually had a close above any of the previous candles wicks. So for me, right here around this section, there is not actually, any way to get involved in the market right there. But as you will notice down here, what we've got is we've got this bearish candle, then we've got this bullish candle. We've got sort of a doji right here, and then we get a close above this doji. And then from here, what we can do is we can get involved on the, high of this candle. Stop loss somewhere around here. I would, recommend a minimum of 5 pips. And then what we could do then, if on the lower time frame, you can target pretty much whatever you like. A 1 to 5 right is hit very comfortably with inside London session. So let's see how long this takes. So you're tagged in on this bearish candle right here. At 8:36, and you are tagged out around 1 hour and 15 minutes later. So a very nice trade on the lower time frame. You're in and out way before the higher time frame, but the higher time frame does yield a higher strike rate. As you can see, we trade below New York midnight open, we trade below Asia low, and then we can then look to trade to the upside. So if I jump back onto the 15 minute, as you will notice, we did come up, take out this 15 minute, and kind of at the moment, let's see where we are at the moment on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we did actually come up and take out this most prominent, liquidity pull right here, which I did note at the start of the video. So that's kind of the overall trade idea. That's how I would get involved within the trades on Thursday morning, and that's pretty much it, and that's how I'm trading at the moment. I will leave the MT4 screenshot in the video. If I do remember to do that, I will put it sort of around this area, and I will show you obviously that I did enter that trade. And without further ado guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. You can always contact me on Instagram in Instagram DMs. That's probably the better way to contact me. And without further ado guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.